Boom, we're live and we're back in the Winject Studios live stream episodes. And one of the things that we talked about last time was setting the expectation correctly and moving forward with the mindset that you have about your show, about getting guests, making those introductions and those connections, and making sure that you have an opportunity to start a conversation. And one of the things that I talked about was setting up systems that allow you the opportunity to reduce the friction, kind of amplify your message in a lot of different directions all at once. And as a business owner, you know, time is precious, time is valuable. And I just want to make sure that we have an opportunity to actually produce results and make those efficiencies scale over time. Because one of the things that I've done for clients and what I do every day for my show is I have a system and a solution that I use to reach out to individuals, reach out to potential guests, start conversations. And as a business owner, I don't have necessarily the time to, book a half-hour conversation in advance for everyone I talk to. So I turn it around and I actually track down or get recommendations from other people that allow me to say, this is a guest that I need to have on the show. And this is something that is good for my community. This is good for my audience. And that's one of the things that we'll do in the Winject Studios community is we will help you and guide you and support you in making those decisions in those directions and changing the way that you approach your podcast. And today I wanted to share with you my secret weapon that will allow you the opportunity to actually generate more interest, more activity, more conversations, and more connections in your journey to generate leads and actually get people on the show, generate leads for your business, and also expand that. So let's look at a presentation I created here and let you know that we have an opportunity in today's age, today's environment, that we can actually produce some amazing and incredible results. And one of the things that I want to do is encourage you to think about how this content behind, in the community here, this is exclusive content that we're going to be producing, and I'm going to be sharing this out after, literally thousands of conversations and connections that I've made over the last number of years. This is how I produce results. And this is what I'm sharing with the community here today is the opportunity for you to do the exact same thing. Now, it's not a get rich quick scheme, or it's not, no work and you get it done. It's actually a process that doesn't take a lot of time. You can get very focused with it and you can produce results. And I have time and time again, and I'm willing to teach this to you and share this in the Winject community. So stay on board, join the community, and make sure that you're involved and engaged in the activities we're producing here. So I want to say, when I say generate leads, a lead can actually mean many things. A lead can mean that it's a piece of the puzzle that you either need to have to get a guest on the show. It can mean that you're actually starting a conversation to build a relationship with somebody that will allow you to help them in their journey and provide a service or products. There's a lot of different opportunities there. So leads can mean a number of things. It's basically, how do I start a conversation that is going to eventually end up in a result and an outcome that we can do this for? And my secret weapon, hands down, is one I use all day long. There isn't a day that goes by that I don't use this tool. So it's called 𝗚𝗏, and 𝗚𝗏 has been around for a little while, and it's a video response tool that actually allows you to produce results. And if you'd like to experience how I produce dub videos, drop it in the comments, share your ideas and your thoughts, and say, hey, I want to learn more about this tool. I want to experience how you use this tool to acquire guests on your show. And I'll share something with you in the comments. I'll follow up with you, and I'll share a video with you, and you can actually experience what I'm talking about today. So let's jump into it, because I use it for everything. So one of the things that I continue to preach, and I will continue to share, kindness is cool, smiles are free. That's my theme. That's my mantra. Over a decade, I've been saying this thing. So, at some point you'd think I'd get tired of it. However, I don't, because it's true and it's authentic. We can only be ourselves. And I want to make sure that you're feeling that in your podcast, you're feeling that in your broadcast, you're feeling it in your live stream, whatever kind of content you put out there, put some emotion into it, feel it. It's communication. That's what we want to deal with. That's what we want to be. And the way that I like to communicate, and I've created podcasts, I've created thousands of podcasts, I've created thousands of blog posts, I've created content. I create something every single day. I even create musical track a day. That's my theme. So progress over perfection. We want to make sure that we have brand clarity. That's what the Winject community in the studio is all about, is providing you with the guidance and the support and the initiative to kind of get out there and get involved and create something, be crystal clear. I was talking with Chris earlier today, and we were talking about, confused minds don't purchase. So as long as your brand has clarity and you put a mission out there, and it's not always perfect, but let's make progress. All right. And then developing that consistent message time and time again. I'm out there 5 days a week, putting a show out, pirate broadcast, and I'm putting it out there every single day, interviewing interesting people, doing interesting things. So let me know if you're a pirate. Just saying. And then continue to add value. Just like this, in the pirate environment, in the pirate community, there's a lot of talented people, and I introduced them to the Winject studios, the Winject community, because there's so much noise out there. There's so many opportunities. There's so many ways that you can approach a challenge and solve a problem. And one of the things that I really believe in and I support is building a community around people that you can actually reach out to, ask a question, and get an answer. I can't tell you how many people I've actually created a dub video for that solves a problem or explains something. I just did one, I don't know, a week ago or so, on a LinkedIn Live. And it's one of these things that you have an opportunity to create and produce, and you can share it. So add value at every turn. The other thing I want to make sure is with dub, you can create it once and you can leverage that message over and over and over again. So once you get that in your mindset, and once you get that in your workflow, and once you develop that and allow that to take place, man, game over, because you can scale, you can grow, you can accelerate in these areas, and it just really allows you the opportunity to produce results. And that's what we're here for. We want results. We want outcomes that are associated with success. And so if you're interested in that, love to have a conversation with you. The other thing that I want to talk about is the encouragement of others. Dub allows you to actually take a quick short video and put a call to action in it. So for instance, like I love the opportunity to actually produce a quick call to action. Say, hey, join the pirate broadcast, become a pirate. And then they click on the link in the video, and all of a sudden it takes you to a landing page that books time. They select the day, they book it, fill out a little bit of information. It goes off to my producer, and next thing you know, they're on the pirate broadcast. It's the smoothest, simplest process that you can imagine. Now, it's taken me a long time to make it look easy. That's what practice does. So if you want to accelerate your brand and get these systems in place, the Winject community is the place that we're going to be delivering these ideas and these suggestions and this information. I talked about it last week. I'll continue to talk about it. Be consistent over time. Consistency is key. And you have an opportunity to actually be consistent with that. And also improve the skills and practice the techniques. If you want to be able to produce results and you want to produce an outcome all the time, show up. Sometimes 90% of what you do is all about showing up. And there are so many times, especially in today's noisy environment, where you just shooting a quick video and a dub video puts it out there, and the next thing you know, it's a reminder saying, "Oh man, I totally forgot. I spaced it. I'll do this. I'll pick it up. I'll send you an order." These things happen every single day. And being present, being out there, showing your face, showing your authentic self. I'm far from perfect, and I know that this works, and I want to share it with you. So, and the beautiful thing about it is, and this is what people tell me all the time, is like, that video you sent me was so awesome. It was so personal, and it just inspired me. And thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much for sharing that, Russ. And that's the thing. That's the element that we want to produce results with. So, yeah. So here's what the process is. And the next episode, I'll actually go into the program and share it with you. Or if you want more information quicker and you want to actually access this information quicker, just click down below. Let me know, DM me, send me a message, connect with me on LinkedIn, say, hey, I saw you on Winject. I want to know more, and I'll share it with you. And I'll be more than happy to go in a deeper dive and share more information. I just wanted to plant the seed and get the idea that you have a gift, you have a message, you have an opportunity to share it. So pick 100 people that you would love to have on your show. Pick 100 people that you want to have a relationship. Pick 50 if you want to. I don't care what the number is. Just make a list, create a list, and start a target list of individuals that you want to project yourself and you want to have them in your world. That's the starting point. And then you have an opportunity to actually start a conversation. But don't start a conversation. Please, 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 please. Don't go in and say, hey, I'm Russ. I produce live streaming, podcasting, video shows. And I would love to produce your show. Let's set up a call. Nah. Don't do it. Nobody likes to be sold. Everybody likes to buy, but nobody likes to be sold. If you know Jeffrey Gsell, you know what I'm talking about. The reality is like their posts. Make thoughtful comments. Follow them on Twitter, follow them on wherever they hang out, Instagram, whatever it happens to be. Be present, be available. It's kind of like this thing that, you have human to human connection where you actually build a relationship. And then once people know what you do and how you can help them, it actually turns into doing business together. It happens all the time. So just be there. Invite contacts to connect that align with your longer term goals. If you're in real estate or you're in insurance or you're doing a mortgage, there's a lot of different activities and ideas that you can share and extend. However, if that's not your business and it's not necessarily something that you're going to be pursuing, maybe that's not your audience. Pick your audience. Make sure that it's in alignment with your business and your goals and your message. So, and then create ways to allow people to connect with you. One of the things we're going to be talking about is, all these platforms have a personality. And I'm by no stretch an expert on all platforms. However, speaking of real estate, I believe in having real estate on these platforms. And over time, you can get really good at one of them and then graduate and maybe expand into another one and then get a new audience and start building an audience, because part of the podcast process is that you really have to put some time and effort, build a team around it. And, it's like anything, any kind of product or service you build, it takes some advertisement, it takes some marketing, it takes some follow-up, it takes some sales process, it takes some engagement, lead generation. All of these pieces of the puzzle go into being successful in your business. And treat it like a business. Don't treat it like a hobby if you want it to be your business. Treat it like a business if you want it to be your business. Treat it like a hobby if you just want to have a hobby. There's no right answer. Just treat it as if it were something bigger than it is, if that's your goal. So make sure that you're treating it like you need to treat it. So produce value. I'm going to beat this up till I'm not around anymore. So create ways to allow guests to connect and continue to experiment. Is it video? I think video is awesome. However, not everybody is able to watch video. And that's why I take my video and I strip the audio and I create a podcast. Not everybody wants to listen to podcasts. So I take that audio and I transcribe it and I put it on my post. Because if you want to read it, listen to it, watch it, or experience it live, it's your choice. It's not my choice. I'm not a wise sage that knows what you want. However, I am somebody that wants to provide value and offer you suggestions and recommendations about how you can produce results. So always add value. So you can take Dub as a content creation tool and just shoot it on your phone. You can fire it up, shoot a video, and create 2 or 3 of these different videos. Say, hey, I was thinking about you. I wanted to check in, let you know I'm around. Love to hear what you're up to. Boom. Send it out. You can send a link out and send it out in the LinkedIn feed. You can send it out in the Twitter. You send it out in Instagram DM. All of these things. Remind people that you're thinking about them. I think about, random people will come into my head and I'll just send them a video or send them a DM or I'll create a live stream, whatever it happens to be. Just stay connected. It's a pretty simple equation. It's like calling mom. Mom, what are you up to? How are you doing? Or my son. Hey, just checking in. Simple text. That's what I said. So think about that. And then also you can include links to book a call. Now, I used to book calls. I used to book dozens of calls a day. And I started growing my business and expanding. And then I had to dedicate time to some of the client work that I was doing and some of the production that I was doing and some of the activities that I was doing as I was growing. And so I do less calls now. And the way that I give back is through like Winject community here, and provide a number of ideas and suggestions and recommendations to people like yourself. We can actually do this as a community. And what I envision is doing more panel discussions and talking about these subjects and doing Q&A in a live environment that allows you to ask questions and get your challenges addressed specifically. So if that's something you want to know about and something that you're looking forward to, let me know. Let Chris know. Let people at Winject Studios know about what that looks like and what you're looking for. And then just respond. Respond to activities. I work to respond or acknowledge messages that I receive. And it's not always easy, and it does take time. So just understand that it's important. People need to feel important. They need to feel like they're involved and engaged. And that's what community is all about. Make sure that you're feeling and allowing people to feel that they're important, they're engaged. So, it's one of those things that you're always going to know. And then know your network. I believe that the large numbers are going to shift. And a lot of people that have an interest in a passion for doing something great are going to start coming together in communities like Winject Studios. And so with that in mind, and that belief in my insight, my future thoughts, is if we can come together and support each other and produce results and collaborate with each other on different projects, that's what really makes it exciting. And so keep testing the process, evaluate it, get some feedback. I'm a huge fan of masterminds and structuring a mastermind. I'm also a huge fan of sprints that allow us to actually create these quick action-taking episodes that you can actually knock something out really quickly. And I'll be continuing to share this kind of information in the community here. So, I want to start off easy, get some, philosophy out, make sure that you understand where I'm coming from, why I'm doing what I'm doing, and make sure that this information is valuable. Test it out. Make sure that it's easy and accessible. So develop a workflow that feels like it's easy. What does that mean? If it becomes work, it's a lot easier to say, I don't want to do that. Or get something in place that you're comfortable with, about, and then delegate that responsibility to someone else. I've been guilty of not delegating fast enough. And I think that's a mistake for a lot of business owners. There's a lot of things that you could do and you could delegate off to somebody else. And it would be really valuable to be able to spend your time on working in your cone of genius and, making money for your business rather than fiddling with technology. So think about it and see where that is maybe something you could adjust in your world. Also, create a set of videos that result in taking action. You can catalog and you can build libraries of this stuff that actually allow you to take ownership on some of this stuff and build it out. And it really is simple, and it can actually create an abundant amount of interesting conversations that lead to business, leads to collaboration, leads to projects, just like the Winject community. I invited Chris on. We had had a couple of conversations. All of a sudden, we're doing some more work together, and I'm here sharing this content with you. And it's a beautiful thing. So keep going. And then also consider leaving a newsletter engagement. I don't know if newsletter. One thing I'm testing right now is two things, actually, is text messaging. I got a text messaging platform that I'm testing out that I'll be sharing with you. And then also the ability to actually have you call in to the show. So if you're listening to it and you want to call in to the show, you can actually dial a number and call and talk to me. So stay tuned for those activities, because I'm always experimenting with things and I always have an opportunity to actually generate traffic and be able to do that. I turned this off. Notifications, they're a bane in my existence. So the other thing is, join a community like Winject Studios. Winject is a place that I feel like home, that allows me the opportunity to connect with people that are in alignment with my goals, my mission, and my long-term objectives. And I just think it's a good move. It's a solid move. Surround yourself with people that are excited about your success. Surround yourself with people that are encouraging and kind and have a little bit of empathy for the things you're going through. Sometimes being an entrepreneur is a lonely business, and we all need somebody that we can actually bounce things off of and get out of our own way. So, and then dedicate time with your audience, dedicate time for your self-care, dedicate time for the people around you, because it's so important. So the other thing, treat your engagement. There's no quick wins. It's like a fine instrument. You practice it every day. It doesn't have to be a lot of investment of time every day. It just has to be an investment every day over time. So it's there for long haul. If you have big goals, you have big actions, and you can take action every day. If you have big ideas, that's what it takes. Progress over perfection, action every single day. Just take a little bit of action, take the time out, connect with your fans, create the videos, and do some work. So I love this. And what else? So we're just about wrapped up today, and I just want to recap. This is Dub. I'm going to do a tutorial on it next week. Going forward, we're going to be having these shows on every Tuesday at this time, whatever time it happens to be. We're going to have it at this time, half-hour show, quick bites of nuggets of knowledge, information, things you can take on and produce results with. So I just want to thank you so much for being here. I look forward to the next adventure, next conversation. And like I mentioned, DM me, connect with me on LinkedIn or social media platforms, on all social media platforms. And you can actually go to the piratesyndicate.com/Winject and then join the show, join the community, and get the tools necessary for you to succeed in your business. Make sure you're doing everything you can, and make sure that you're doing what you need to be successful in your world. So until then, have a fantastic week, a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next time. Because kindness is cool and smiles are free. Take care.
This broadcast is brought to you by Winject Studios. We are an all-in-one educational platform for podcasters that revolutionizes how hosts leverage content to increase engagement with listeners, downloads, and income. We come together to focus on community, collaboration, and collective impact. For more information on how you can interact directly with our hosts, access exclusive live content with offers you can't get anywhere else from our official partners, join our purpose-driven community by visiting www.winject.com. If you're ready to build a career doing what you love,